Hey, what's up, Liam? Today is Saturday. Oh man, Saturday afternoon actually. Had a bunch of stuff going on here at the house. It's crazy loud. So doing this a little bit in the afternoon, but after yesterday, pretty emotionally, it's like 4 or 5 hours took me to do all that. I wouldn't pick you up, but I actually felt like hungover, like my body was super sore. And that's kind of like how it felt in the beginning too, actually, when just from all the grief or whatever the fuck it was, just felt like my body got hit by a truck, just from the emotions and all that shit. That's kind of how it felt this morning, but just still got up, handled some stuff that we had to handle for you. Again, I try to just keep you every day, even though it's a weekend. Every day, kind of similar, same routine. Just Groundhog Day. And if we could build out a day that's like, that we're content with, it's an awesome day. Let's just do that 7 days a week. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. But yeah, got up, went to the gym, did what I was not again. My back is fried. Actually, I have the jacuzzi on right now. Here and there, taking a nap. I might go get you up and we'll chill in the jacuzzi for a little bit. Again, it's December and it's so nice outside. In the backyard, just got kind of the trees and stuff done. Looks super nice back here. But yeah, my back was just totally dusted. Hurts like hell. But still, got up, did what I didn't want to do, didn't feel like doing. Felt better about it. Actually feels better now than it did earlier today. But one thing I was thinking about today at the gym was just this. There was a book by Jocko, The Dichotomy of Leadership. He wrote 2 books that I read that I think there's a lot of good value in. Leadership books, but the dichotomy of leadership. And one of the things that a friend of mine reached out last night was talking about how she went through with her mother passing and she didn't talk about it, and she like avoided it and would pretend that during the holidays that she was fine, just so that her kids were, quote unquote unaffected. And actually taught both of her kids, or 2 of her kids, jiu-jitsu, and they were tiny. They're not tiny anymore. They're like adults now, which is just so dope to see. To see people's progressions in life. It's dope. And I'm excited to see yours too. But like with her, she just would put on this, this face mask, a facade, whatever, and just pretend. But they knew, right? They knew that. That was going on, and that was like how she coped with it, which is, I get it. And then on the flip side, just how I'm handling this is, I'm not faking it. I'm trying to be transparent and honest. But the thing that was, like from a dichotomy standpoint, that I'm not necessarily struggling with, I'm just being mindful of, is one is being transparent and honest. Fucking sad, devastated, soulmate, love of my life is gone. 8 days. I have an 11-month-old. Just a lot of just shit. And being honest about how I'm feeling about that, and not just pushing it down and stuffing it down. But then also on the flip side, not overly like complaining and I'm not gonna say crying, because I'm fucking crying a lot like a little bitch, and I don't even care about that, like straight up, like for sure, extremely sad, and I don't even care. Like I was crying, crying at the gym, doing fucking sets of whatever I was doing. Don't care. That's really how I feel. It's really how I felt. I've done it multiple times. Don't give a fuck. When it hits me, and I'm not going to run from it. I'm not going to avoid it. I'm not going to stuff it down. But on the same, again, going back to the dichotomy, I don't want to like, I think Caitlin said a good term, trauma dump, right? It's like there's that balance between being, hey, I'm going through this, but I'm handling it as best I can, versus I'm going through this and I'm gonna, shit on everybody else around me and just, I don't know. Obviously, my words are not articulating this as well as I would hope, but that's kind of what I'm. Again, and like, I think I mentioned this in maybe one of the other videos that came up, was the whole suffer in silence thing. And again, there's a dichotomy with that. It's like, yes, everything with life is that way. There's always, you talk about that in Buddhism and the middle path, right? The middle way. The balance of opposites or whatever. And that's kind of like what we got to figure out, right? Just with anything. So like for me, what I'm trying to figure out is, not figure out, I feel like I feel like I'm doing, for me, I think this is working and this is good, and I'm not really fucking up people around me either. I feel like I'm not dragging everybody down with my bullshit, which is, everybody would understand, but I'm, to a point, trying to handle everything that I can handle on my plate, handle it properly first, and then reach out for help as needed. Maybe that's a better way of like framing it, is try to be as responsible as I can, give my best, and when I, after I've given my best and tried, and maybe even made some adjustments and tried again, then reach out a little bit and lean on others around me, versus some people that are just like not even trying, and like, yeah, I don't know. But then again, everybody's different, so I'm not trying to like hate on anybody, especially going through shit like this. It's like, Rudolf Steiner says from a initiation process, not to criticize nor judge others. So I'll just criticize and judge myself. If I was to look at this critically, I think I'm doing a really good job of being a father. I think I'm doing a really good job of processing the loss of somebody I love very dearly, in a healthy way, that it's not going to be a lot of future hindrances. You know what I mean? I'm not avoiding anything. I think that's the thing, man, is like that avoidance will fuck you up. But like the tree and everything, I'm not avoiding anything. The depression stuff and the low energy and stuff like that, I might be procrastinating a little bit, but I'm gonna give myself some grace there, because in my heart, like, my conscience isn't telling me like, hey dickhead, you need to knock this shit off. And that's the thing, like, if we just listen to our heart, that voice inside of us, God, conscience, whatever, universe, spirit, I feel like that voice is there is there to help us, and there for a good reason. And if we listen to it more often than not, it's going to guide us in the right direction. So I feel like it is, again, if I have to stop and kind of take a step back right now and kind of analyze, is there anything that I'm doing that I'm like really regretting? No. Or is my conscience yelling at me about anything? No. It was about the tree. It's like, hey dude, like, you're delaying this a little too much, and you're delaying it because you're avoiding pain. So don't. So I didn't, gave myself another day, and then I did yesterday. And again, I think it's, for me, it works. Like, I give myself a little bit of grace, but then I make sure to handle it. Or if I handle it and then it comes up again, then I'm like, okay, cool, no, I just, it's a give and take, but I try my best to keep pushing forward and give 100% every day. And some days my 100% isn't shit. You know, some days your 100% is 4%. You know, hopefully it's not that low, but you know what I mean. Like some days our best is terrible compared to, you know, the best on our optimal day. But that's the thing. It's like regardless of how much we got in the tank or whatever our optimal is, we still, you know, still genuinely give our all. You know what I mean? And if we just do, if we have that attitude every single day, we'll make progress and overcome things that, you know, a year ago was impossible, right? So our baseline just gets elevated, and then our, you know, our absolute worst might even be the caliber of our best a year ago or something like that. So anyway, I just love you so much, man. I'm fucking gutted. You know, I'm honored to do this with you as your father. I'm gutted that she's gone, that we have to do your birthday and holidays without her. Shit's not fair. I know life's not fair, but fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, again, I want to kick and fucking scream and slam the door and go break shit. But, you know, that's just not gonna help anything. But that's how I feel, and that's okay. Like, that's a fucking proper response to what's going on. You know, but we're gonna honor her in life. We're gonna do the hard things, and even though I feel like, however I feel, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, I still know that, you know, still know what should be done, so that you thrive and I thrive, just like mommy would want. So we're gonna do that. I love you, buddy.